YouTube. It's Brian Phillips. We have a box. We're gonna open it right now. It's gonna be amazing, I hope, but we'll find out very shortly here. Okay, what do we have in here? We've got a box. It's not very big. It's probably some sort of a leaf blower. Nope, it's a drone heli. Amazing. So this is the C127AI. The Sentry AI spy drone. Okay, that's great. And then on the back here, it looks like it's 5G Wi-Fi. Okay, I don't know what that means. And 5G, what they mean to say is 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. It's not 5G LTE. That would be false advertising, but it's China, so who expects it to be true? Anyway, so this thing has a payload of 1080p EO video. Okay, we'll see. That's a snapshot, wide angle, optical. How about we just open it up and see what happens? Okay, so there's a white box. We're gonna open that. So what we do here on Brian Phillips RC is we review these things. We find out whether they're full of crap or if they're full of goodness. And so there's a manual. We'll give that to the camera crew for her to read in her spare time, which doesn't exist because we do this channel. Okay, so we have some blades, we have a tail rotor, and we have a little wrench in there, it looks like, but they've got this like satin sacks. It's probably better for the planet or some stupid thing like that.
Probably not.
Says China. All right, so we have a USB-A to USB micro. Can't tell if that's modified or not, but it might actually be a true cable. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so hey, weren't spare no expense on the length of that cable.
Well, I mean
that's probably at least 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 inches.
Oh, that's good estimating.
Whoa, what's on the back here? They sent a hair clip.
What is that?
It's for a foldover. For hair extensions.
Do you know a lot about that?
Sure what this is for. Pretty sure it's for a cell phone.
Chips.
No, it's not. It's for a cell phone. In fact, I'll get the cell phone and I'll see if it fits. I mean, it could be that my cell phone fits and yours doesn't. But let's just say this was my phone. So I'm gonna put it like this and then I'm gonna clip it backward. Okay, so it doesn't reveal anything too special. It's an OtterBox commuter case. Okay, so this is gonna adapt to the controller. So we'll come back to that. What else comes in the case? Ooh, there's a yummy snack. Do not eat, dang it. Never mind, we'll put that over there. This is plastic. Oh yes, look at that. It's so good. Why is this so much better than the one you did a few months ago, Brian? Because this one has brushless motors, which is pretty sweet on the main rotor, but then this one's brushed, almost certainly. Is this brushless? Mm-hmm. It better be brushless, because if it's not, I'm gonna be like, what the hey? Oh, don't forget to take your lens cap off. Because after all, this is a spy drone. That's the type of image we want to bring to the RC community, is that we spy with our drones. Except exactly the opposite of that thing is what we want to do. Okay, look. Battery. Okay. There's 3 of them in this kit. Now, when you order yours, make sure you pay special attention when you follow the link in the video description below, because you are gonna need to make a decision, and it's a tough one. How many batteries do you want? My suggestion is, because these batteries are all specialized anymore, you'll wanna make sure you get as many as you can afford, because you can sometimes get batteries, and we just found that out tonight because I replied to a comment asking about batteries for that beautiful little C189. Is that what that is? Mm-hmm. So that one does allow you to buy spare parts, and the spare parts include batteries, guys. So just follow the link. You can go through the link, and then from the link, you'll be able to figure out what the spare battery choice is, if it exists. But I'm just gonna tell you right now, you do have to provide your own USB-A to USB in the wall outlet plug, okay? So something like this, or your laptop or your tablet or whatever it is. So I'm gonna plug this in. That's from an Asus tablet, if you guys are curious, so it has nothing to do with this product. So I'm gonna plug this in. And then, ooh, we have a little flashy light here. See, it says a blue, 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 blue. And then there's also a power button, and that's how you're gonna turn on the heli. Okay, so you can press and hold it. It'll tell you how much charge is in there, which is pretty cool. So it looks like they're already charged, which is kind of nice. Now also, I just want to point out the fact that when and if you decide to charge these, you'll want to kind of do that when you're around so you don't have problems. Okay, so without further ado, if that's actually charged, that's pretty sweet. Or did that just turn on? I can't tell.
No, it still had 4.
So I'm gonna press and hold that until it's off and it's stopped. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and fly this thing here pretty quick, but I just wanna point out something. This thing goes on the antenna, okay? Or the pseudo antenna. And then you can hold your phone in there, and then you can hold your phone just like so. So what we're probably gonna do is we're gonna get this box out of the way. We're gonna put all the extra goodies out of the way as well, which includes spare tail rotor, okay? And then, okay, so tail rotor. And then this is the hex drive Allen wrench, and then the Phillips tip, as well as a screwdriver, and then just 2 spare rotor blades, okay? So this is fly barless, so I guess we're gonna have to see how well this thing works, but generally speaking, they've been getting pretty dang good. And so my hope is that this one's gonna be just as dang good as the others. Uh-oh, it doesn't turn on. Why doesn't it turn on? Because you need batteries for it, okay? How many? 4 AA batteries. So we're gonna get that and come right back. All right, so we got some AA's. We're gonna put the flat side to the spring side. We're gonna put the flat side to the spring side and so on and so forth, but just wanted to point out that these are some of the world's cheapest and crappiest batteries, just in case you're buying better ones.
That's why we buy them.
You see how that goes down, that goes up, and then it beeps? Everybody's happy after that happens, right? We have speed 1, 2, and 3, just similar to that helicopter over there. They're stopped for 3 seconds, because who wants a stop button that's quick when you've crashed into your kid's leg? Don't do that. This is gonna lean you forward, lean you back, lean you to the left, lean you to the right, yaw the aircraft left and right, just like an airplane. So if you do that, it's gonna go whoop. If you do this, it's gonna go whoop. If you do this, it's gonna go lean forward, thus fly forward. This is gonna bring you back. This is gonna bring you that way. And this is gonna bring you that way, if all goes to plan, which we don't know. And the last time we took one of these things off, it tried to hit this light. So we're gonna take off like over here. Now granted, this is a smaller helicopter, and you'll notice it's kind of sitting funny. That's because the battery is out of it, okay? So RC era, you've been doing a good job with these helis, so we're hoping it continues. I'm not even gonna worry about the app yet, because there is an app to take pictures, but this is a user adjustable, meaning I think you have to just physically move it, okay? So right now it's facing forward, you can make it face down. So whichever type of spying and eavesdropping you want to do, because again, that's exactly the image we want in the RC community, because all drones are spying, just like that drone, just like that drone, just like that drone, all those drones. In fact, all these drones, all their sole purpose is to film people changing clothes.
This is like the one the military uses though. Like
this is the literal one.
Yeah.
The literal one.
Totally.
Maybe not, I don't know.
Theirs might not be that nice.
I think this might be a literal copy of the literal one.
Yeah.
So, but they did put it through quality control, okay?
Oh.
So that being said, guys, when you follow the links, please don't punish our amazing affiliates because we make fun of stuff once in a while. Because to be honest with you, we've been super happy with this particular affiliate. They've been doing a good job in taking care of our customers, our respective customers, you guys, whoever's buying from the links, and that makes us feel good. So when you see the link in the video description, all joking aside, we do like them. Okay, so you guys see how this works? See those pins there, sockets? They're gonna go in here like this, and then you slide forward, backward, and then you lay this down. Okay. And you're like, why doesn't it work? Because you have to press the power button, okay? Whoa, there's all sorts of stuff going on, and lights. Okay, now down and then up. Should be armed, I hope, maybe, but possibly down and out. Wow, it's ready for action. You'll notice that there is no camera phone on there, or no phone on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and press the takeoff button. Take off. Okay, press the down arrow. Yeah, because I don't want it to take off into my light anymore. Looks pretty good, nice and stable. As you can see, guys, if you just come up, it's got that little wiggle to it like the other RC era helis do. It's getting a little close to my face hole. There we go, and it's wandering a little bit. We're just gonna walk over with trim just a hair. We've got a little bit of a tick there. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, it's giving me low voltage already. And you wanna know why, guys? Because evidently my test was not good. Okay, so as you can see, it's getting around. You might wanna watch yourself there, camera crew, just in case. And then what I'm gonna do is just show you that when I let go of the sticks, it definitely drifts a little bit. We have a giant 84-inch fan up there, and don't stick your finger into that thing, it will hurt. But I'm pretty sure your fingers will survive. I'm not joking, seriously, give it some room. Yeah, watch out for the chair there. So now, when the lights start to flash, that means land now at a feverish pace. And by the way, when you land, there's two ways to do it. Hold the stick down above the surface you want to hit to land, and then hold for a few seconds, and it will just sort of deflate. Or you can press landing. So take a landing or some such thing. I'm gonna put this over here. We're gonna try it again, take off. Watch what happens. It's gonna try to hit that. I'm gonna stop it by pressing the down on the throttle, okay? And it's just gonna chill there. Now, you'll notice this thing walks in circles, and I've left the control over there. That's not something you'd wanna do. We notice a little bit of that with this one too. Okay, it does have a little bit of a dance to its I mean, still awesome, by the way. This one was exaggerated even more, also RC Air, very good heli, but this one has that clear sort of cheater to it. Also quite a bit more expensive, but bigger. I just wanted to also point out one other thing as you consider your heli purchase. Sub 250, just over if I remember right. Sub 250 means you don't have to worry about no stinking bureaucrats telling you what to do, because obviously they made this in China anyway. All right, so down on the stick, and you see how it's walking? That will happen, so I'm gonna take back off. Did you see how it walked?
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna press landing. Okay, so I think we've got to the bottom of this. This is not the one that the Department of Defense uses.
It's not?
No, because it says on here, signature class.
So
Best in class covert visual signature. Meaning you can't see it, but then we've added lights. Best in class covert acoustic signature. You may have noticed I was yelling over it. You're gonna know what's coming.
Yeah, I think so.
So if you hear that outside your window, you know what's happening.
Or you see the little blue light.
Close your blinds, people. That's why we have ours closed. So that being said, okay, obviously your battery life is gonna be longer than that because most people charge the batteries first.
Yes.
We didn't do that, okay? Now, the second thing is we're gonna get the app, we're gonna download it following the QR code in the manual. If you guys are looking for the manual and you've misplaced yours, just go ahead and pause the video and then follow this link, and it's going to allow you to install on the mobile phone, okay?
Great.
So not to be confused, and I was correct in my assessment, they are talking about 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi that you can communicate from your phone all the way up to this beauty, okay? Not to be confused with 2.4 gigahertz, which is where we tend to do our communication for these type of devices, all these drones, spy drones that we have, okay? So keep in mind that 5G is not 5G LTE, which would be a cell service, and it is a different protocol and technology altogether. Okay, so that being said, the way you download this is you pull up your phone, you scan it with your camera, and then you just follow that, and we're not gonna show that unless something weird happens, and then we'll share that. So we'll be right back with that. Okay, so I got it on my phone, and basically I scanned this thing, and then I committed to following the link that takes you to Google Play if you have a Samsung device or a Google device. In your case, you might be using Apple, iOS, whatever it is. I don't know anything about Apple, so you'll have to do other things for that. Then I'm gonna click install. We'll come back when we're done installing so that we can protect our privacies to a certain extent. Okay, so now that it's installed, it's like 31 megabytes. We're gonna go ahead and open this, so we'll show you when it opens. Okay, so you have to accept the user agreements, which I'm sure are like terrible. But I don't read that crap anyway, so because I assume it's terrible. And then it goes to this, and basically it says not connected, start and about. So I'm gonna go ahead and click, and then I'll tell you what to do. Okay, so I had to activate my Wi-Fi, and then I found the Spy Heli FD, whatever it is, okay? So just find that and then click it. Okay, so I basically hit back on my Wi-Fi screen until I got back to the app, and it shows the heli, and I just hit start. And then it says connecting, and now as you can see, we've done it before. Amazing! Look at that, it's us! So, also, watch this. Whoa. Whoa, it's a picture and 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 a picture. Hold on, we gotta try to get the picture and a picture and a picture. Okay, guys, you see this? Look at this. It's a picture in a picture. Stop moving, hold still. Okay, so enough of that. As you can see, it's us. It's us. Amazing, right? Okay, now you can also take this and you can point this camera at different angles, okay? So we'll go a little bit down, and then what I wanna do is I wanna go ahead and clip this in to my phone holder thing and see if it works. Well, yeah, that was fun. You wanna make sure you clip it in, and then we're just gonna see how well this works or doesn't work real quick. Now keep in mind, guys, these camera drones, they're never as good as they say they are, but sometimes they are. And so we'll see if this one's any good. We have done similar products, but this one does have a little bit of a walk to it. So we're gonna see. Okay, I'm in, by the way, speed 1. There's speed 3 as fast as speed 3 and as slow as speed 1. Okay, so I'm gonna take off and I'm just gonna cancel the lift like this. And then I'm just gonna use my spy drone to rudely spy on the people that are flying this heli. It definitely moves a lot. That's us. I don't want to run into us. Let's film our bananas. Amazing. Look at those bananas. Wow, I like bananas. And then there's the camera crew. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm telling you, it's a little bit eager. Like when you yaw, the helicopter goes forward. I do not like that, okay? So also, whoa, get away from the wall. Don't you be doing that. So I think what I need to do is I need to try to calibrate this thing. And if I recall from previous drone related products, I'm gonna go ahead and landing. Just kind of guide it down. Come on, hold still. You got it in you. There it is. Now, I just wanna talk about this. There is a way to calibrate by holding the sticks a certain way, and that might keep the helicopter in a certain orientation a little better. I think it was like up. Where's calibrate? Nope, that's not it. We saw this just recently. And if you don't know how to do it, because arming is down and out like this, but there is usually a way to calibrate. Gyro calibrate. While flying, first land and calibrate. When calibrating, the aircraft must be placed. So you have to like press in. I don't understand. What are they saying?
What does that
mean?
mean?
Down and to the right. Okay, so it flashes rapidly. Now let's try this again and see if it helps. Okay. Because truthfully, I felt like the other one flew a little bit better. So let's do the takeoff. Oh boy, wow, it's so eager, it goes so high. That does seem maybe slightly better. I can still also go, well, it's kind of pretty much where it needs to be. But I hate that it walks forward. You guys see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
When I go this way, it does a better job, okay? Of course, it makes the camera crew nervous because the last time she tried to quickly get out of the way, she ran into a piece of furniture. Whoops. What's us? What? So it's actually got pretty good color on this camera. It's not terrible. It's not the best I've ever seen, but it looks like it might be pretty close. That's better saturation of colors than what we got on the last one.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna film, we're just gonna go around and film not the millions of different RC vehicles. They're all obviously spy drones. Okay. And that beeping is clearly going to be for us a warning about low battery, but it is going forever.
Yeah.
So that's pretty sweet. Why is it beeping still? It's got to be low battery.
We go spy on the loft.
Oh, we should? Okay, we'll spy on the loft. Let's see if the kids have a bunch of crap up there.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't really see anything up there. Are you kind of showing them
Yep, I can show them both things.
the twin image? Okay, so I'll just bring back down. It's pretty easy to fly. I feel like it definitely is not as crisp as some we've seen, but it's flyable. It's not like you have to be an expert pilot, but you know, if you have more expertise as a heli pilot, I think you're gonna enjoy your experience better. And I gotta say, it's, you know, it's kind of cool that you've got the camera. So the way I see this is, I see this as like a super fun, ooh, I need to take a picture. How do I take a picture? There's definitely a way. There's a camera button. You see that button that says camera?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we took a picture. Woo! And then there's a video. So I'm gonna start a video. It's recording, it's amazing.
So it wasn't actually recording before.
No, it was just, we were just using the video.
Yeah.
Okay, so the refresh rate, I'm assuming on the Wi-Fi is going to be worse than the actual video file. So we're just gonna come up right in our business like this. That looks pretty sweet, actually. I like that. So as you can see, it's not like it's rock solid, but it's not going all over the place like it was at the beginning. So definitely do that calibration sequence, which is down and to the left on both sticks, okay? That's pretty cool. Okay, so now can I get a picture, do you think, if I were to like carefully stand in front of it for thumbnail purposes? I wanna get it to hold still, okay? So I'm gonna walk away from you a little bit here. Oh, come on, you can do it. It does like to walk in circles. I don't know if you guys can tell. See, it's walking. So I'm just gonna see if I can trim it back just a hair. Amazing. So that's pretty cool, guys. And it definitely does. Let's see if we can Enrique it. It's doing good. It's got a good sense about its altitude. Now that's not barometrically controlled. It's from an optical sensor. So what that means is it's looking down at the ground. And that also is another detail that you'll want to know. Whoa, it's definitely dead now.
I was gonna say, you were down to one little blue dot.
Now it's fast flashing. You see the fast flash on the tail?
So is it?
So I'm gonna hit video now, and that should hypothetically stop it, I guess. I don't know. So that worked pretty good, considering we didn't even charge it. And there you have it, guys. So that is pretty much what you get. Now there's gonna be some other features in this application. Hold on, let me try to hold both and see if I can show both at the same time. It's gonna be kind of hard to show both at the same time. Camera crew. So there you have it, guys. Pretty neat product that you can get from RC Going. We're gonna link to it down below, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. And what I'm gonna do is we're gonna pause and we'll get reset and show you what the video looked like on this thing. So you can also start and stop your video here, which is pretty good. Okay, so you don't have to use these buttons, but you can, okay? So now I'm gonna go to the gallery, so we'll pause while we try that first. So it just takes you to your regular gallery, and then you can see these 3 videos here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start one and we'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here's the video. So you can see I'm talking about it, and then I pointed at myself. And it looks pretty much like what we were expecting. Okay, so I'll just turn this away for a second and see if I can go, here's another video. Again, it's just a short clip that we started. And when you get up close, it's pretty good for video quality. Okay, so we're gonna go to another one here. Oh yeah, there we go. So there's our video of us filming around the living space. But I would say, like, you know, you're basically getting the same quality of visibility here, of quality of video, as you would from the Wi-Fi feed. And obviously no audio, okay? So there is no audio here, okay? So don't be surprised. That's pretty conventional on these drones. I can definitely say the color is a lot better than what we've seen on other drones.
I agree.
Normally it's very washed out, and you can actually see, it looks like I might have a tan by accident.
Yeah, I was okay with that.
Yeah, But I definitely would say that it's a pretty good runtime given the fact that, oh, and there's your optical sensor, folks, right there. So that's just like a bottom facing camera. Okay, so I'm gonna dig into this app for just a second longer and we'll come right back. Okay, so this is what the app looks like. And you can see right there, it kind of gives you your identifier of the heli itself. And very hard for my wife's camera to focus for some reason, okay? And then start and about. So I'm gonna go ahead and see, some of these apps will let you fly from the app, some of them won't. So we're just gonna dig into this for a second and show you what we found. So our battery totally died, which doesn't surprise me because we didn't charge it at all. And just to be clear, while charging, okay, so normally you would press that button to turn it off, okay? So you pull that forward and then it drops out, okay? The other thing too to keep in mind is that you can tip this up and down, but you have to manually do it, okay? So you also want to double check that your lens is clean because that will make a difference as well, okay? So this one is spent. This one's the one we've been charging for a while. I'm gonna actually let this one cool, and this is the other one we haven't charged yet. So when all 4 lights come on solid, it's gonna do this ladder, they call it a ladder, until it's done, then it's gonna go solid, okay? So this is the one that we just charged. So we're gonna go ahead and plug it in. I did note that when it died, it just straight up shut off, okay? Now also, I noticed that basically what's going on is this helicopter, okay? Push this all the way in and then slide back. But you have to be kind of careful that you get alignment on those pins. It's not the most obvious. Okay, all right. So that's down. So I'm gonna go ahead and press the power button. Again, we'll go through this, a little beep, beep, beep. Okay, so that comes up. Now, if I wanted to start by connecting this, I'd go up and then down, nothing. So I'm gonna turn this off and turn this back on, up and then down. You can see that they're connected now. How do you tell it's connected? You can see that solid light, and you can also move the sticks and you can see the swash plate move. So show them the swash plate. So leaning forward, leaning back, leaning to the right, leaning to the left, okay? So you can see that move around. It mimics the stick position, okay? Now I do note that there is a little bit of a bump, a little bit of a contact point there. You see that? That thing is touching just very slightly. And I bet that's gonna lead to some quality control issues, but it is fly barless and it does work, okay? So also, when you're ready to take off, what you're gonna do is you're gonna sticks down and out to arm it, okay? And then that starts spinning, but then you can also take off without pressing the taking off button by pressing up, see? Which is kind of cool. So like if you want to do a more cool looking takeoff, then you can just, I'll show you again. This is the other way you can do it. Stick down all the way. Okay, so it shuts off. So arm, let it spin up, and then you can press up a little teeny bit. So you don't have to necessarily have the huge bounce that you would get if you press the taking off button or the takeoff button, okay? So as you can see, it's pretty fun to fly around. I mean, it's not a hard one to fly. And the thing that's nice about this is it's just so dang light, okay? So that's our next move, is I'm gonna go ahead and weigh this on the scale. So if you give me just a second, we'll go ahead and get this thing landed. The oscillation is the flight controller, it's not me. I know how to fly helicopters. I'm not the best helicopter pilot, but I can do a little bit better than this oscillation. So admittedly, there's some features on the box that surprisingly didn't show up in the app, like locations, and they said something about, you know,
Waypoints
like
or
all
something.
this crap, waypoints and all that. Yeah, we've seen that app before, and that app blows big time, okay? So if you're looking at this thing, just forget like all the different weird things like auto, manual, hover, and safe. Yeah. Rotate, user, selectable, waypoint. Yeah, forget all that crap. It's not gonna happen. We've had a bunch of these drones, quads and helis that use the same basic app, and they always say you're gonna get that and you don't. So just don't plan on it and you won't be disappointed, because here on Brian Phillips RC, we cut the BS and we tell you what really happens. And what really happens is you have kind of like a mid-grade, probably 780p sort of feeling camera. Even though it's supposedly 1080p, I don't understand how they get that. So somebody somewhere came up with a qualification for that, and I don't know what it is. But the thing flies reasonably good. It's easy to fly. It would definitely be a fun product. for Christmas morning. So if you guys are looking for kind of a fun idea that's gonna get your job done, which is getting a gift for some dude that has everything like me, then this would be a fun thing to get.
So now what am I supposed to get you?
I don't know.
Now you have this.
Because you already have it, that's right. Okay, so let's turn on the scale. This is our crappy kitchen scale. Yes, I do sell, I work and sell. Okay, so 90, not even 80 grams, guys. We're 79 grams batteried up with the camera and all. Perfect for all spies. And yes, you can fit it in your pocket, but I would not recommend that because if you accidentally started it, it would probably ruin your day and your pants. So guys, any questions you have, leave them in the comments below. These things are always fun to review, but I'm gonna tell you something. Whenever we review something that says it's got a camera and says it's got return to home and GPS and all this other crap, I am always leery. Because how do you do waypoints without GPS? Oh yeah, you don't. So also in that app, I saw nowhere in there about GPS. I saw nowhere in there, and I'm gonna just see if it reconnects real quick. I'm not gonna show you this step. It did reconnect to that, which is good. And when I pull up the application, it goes back to the video. So one thing you're gonna note about this application is that in order to pull it up, you do have to have your Wi-Fi on. I did not have my Wi-Fi on because I usually run off of cellular data. And so once you get it pulled up, then you have to hit start, which I'm gonna pull away the screen, and it says connecting to blah, 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 and then it does connect. So what it does well, okay? So what it does well, but what it doesn't do is like a bunch of other stuff that are on the box, like little boxes and squares around moving objects like the Chinese tracking systems they use to enforce all their, you know, criminally dangerous policies
Shopping,
against humanity.
groceries.
And also, you know, how they run their spy drones. But the thing is, like our spy drones, evidently here we have a dumbed down version of the app. Now I am gonna click some buttons. Oh, goodness gracious. There is some different stuff over here. I'm on mode, whoa boy. I accidentally closed the app, okay? So there's a sensitivity of rocker, so low, middle, high, radius, show radius, show radius. Okay, so I don't know if this is gonna work, but sometimes you can fly them from here. So let's see if it works. Okay, so there's mode 1, mode 2. I wanna change that to mode 2. Nope, I don't wanna take off. I'm gonna click this little thingy here. I do wanna click and I wanna go to mode 2 because I'm using mode 2. Mode 2 being throttle, rudder, and then lean forward, and let's see if this works. Okay, I'm gonna take off. Nope, that's landing. That's takeoff with right. Okay, so I'd have this close by just in case. I don't think it's not tipping. So as I move this, it's not working. So there must be something else I have to do. I'm gonna try one other thing. There's a little button you can click over here. I don't know what it does. And then ironically, when you touch on the screen, there's like a little red dot that shows up. I don't know what that is. It looks like a bone. Okay, hold on. Start. That evidently disconnects you. And there's a camera. And then there's a picture here, which is gonna take you to your gallery. I'm going back. Okay, so image rollovers. Yeah, I don't really see anything that would constitute any sort of, okay, let's see what detection does. Yeah, so it says human vehicle, guide board enable, caption others. Yeah, I don't even know what any of that crap is. I don't think it's gonna work though, so I wouldn't plan on it. Guys, these apps are worth a grain of salt, to be honest. And yes, that's me trying to talk you into buying this thing. Is the way we do it, I'm Brian Phillips RC. This is really the way we do it, is we show what it really does. And then like all these like wet dreams that the Chinese people have that are trying to market these things, we just like, yeah, that's not gonna happen, okay? This is actually a pretty cool little fun toy. If you get that other stuff to work, congratulations, we didn't, and I'm not going to. But I will tell you this, it does fly reasonably well. It is definitely sub 250, which is cool. The clip actually works really nice.
Can you just clip it on my
let's try
phone just to see?
Yeah, so okay. Megan's phone is a Galaxy S21 Ultra plus 3x4. I have no idea. I just added that last stuff.
It is an S21
It is a
Ultra.
Galaxy S21.
And I have a case
Plus.
on it.
And she has a case on it, and it's still reached around it. So like if you have an iPhone 17 or whatever the latest one is,
29.
that's the size of that TV, it doesn't fit in your
probably
pocket
won't
well.
fit there.
Probably won't fit. But the thing is, it's such a big screen, you can have somebody else hold it for you. But in my case, I have a Galaxy S9 because I'm boring.
Cheap.
Yeah.
Don't like change.
So there it is, guys. So there you have it. And yes, there is a clip doohickey on here. If you look right there, that clip will hold this and snap in. I don't know if you guys heard that, but it's going to be pretty hard to get that off of there without a screwdriver, okay? So just keep that in mind if you decide to do it. Now, let's talk about pros since we did talk about the cons. Lighting, cool details on the front, tippable camera, quite easy setup, and to be honest, it's one of the first drones that I scanned and found on the first try for Wi-Fi. Usually it's like some ambiguous binding process that never really works. This one did.
And it did reconnect after you changed the battery pretty darn easy.
Pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, that is not normal, guys.
No.
So the 802.11 Wi-Fi actually works, not 5G. So what doesn't work well about this in flight is the jump to level. We have a pretty spacious opening here. We have 16 feet of height there. That is unusual for a living room, okay? And vaults are somewhat weird. I mean, some people have bigger vaulted ceilings, but we intentionally did that when we built this house knowing that we were gonna be flying crap around here. And then my wife wanted bowls of light and bowls of light.
I had to have a pair.
If you have a pair hanging, you may run into it with your helicopter.
Well,
I'm just saying, be careful. And then these things can be moved up and down.
I didn't pick those.
Okay, we picked those together. But they do admittedly go up, and there's another pair up there, by the way.
They do.
The counterweights. So that being said, this thing is fun. It does kind of some of the stuff that you expect it to do. Just remember, when you look at the Chinese literature on boxes, take it with a grain of salt. This is supposedly a 1080p EO video. Like I highly doubt you're gonna get a 1080p quality out of that.
I doubt it.
But what I can tell you is like from this far away, it's pretty good quality.
It is better than, from your phone, it's better than what we've seen.
That's right, because we have done other helicopters that have similar grade of cameras, and we have found that they are very washed out, like we mentioned earlier. So positives and negatives as always. I also think this prop is unlikely to destroy your cabinets, but you probably will mark it. In fact, if you look really careful up there, there's some scratch marks. Hold on, let me get the giant finger.
No, I'll point.
Hold on, I'll show them. I gotta get this thing out. This is what we use to shut off the fire alarm.
You can't see it.
Right there.
Yes.
Do you guys see? I'm pointing with a pointing stick.
Like a teacher.
That and that is from crashing a helicopter into my own wall.
Yep.
You know what's nice, kids, is when it's your own wall, you can crash into it all you want. And yet you still get mad at yourself.
Yes.
In case you were wondering if your parents ever yell at you for crashing into the cabinets. I crashed one time my first helicopter into the cabinets. They were oak, and it did damage the cabinets, and then I wasn't allowed to fly in the kitchen anymore. Well, now look at our kitchen. Just saying.
It's a slightly smaller helicopter also.
That was a bigger helicopter, and I was a much worse pilot.
Yes.
But the truth is, later I got solid plastic helicopter blades. Ooh, that's dangerous. Those were hollow balsa wood with a monocoat covering, and they still blued up everywhere.
They did.
What kind of helicopter blades are on this one now? Just out of curiosity, sorry, side note, guys. Yeah, those are carbon fiber. I would not want to hit. I would not want to hit
into your cabinet
in the 6S platform or 4S.
That would probably be a
3S.
bad day.
That would be a very bad day. But anyway, we're gonna get back to this one. By the way, guys, if you're wanting that flight performance out of this thing, you're gonna need to spend a few $100 more.
Yeah.
Like $400 or $500 more.
But if you're looking for a Christmas gift that's
this
gonna be
is
more budget friendly for a kid.
Or for a gift exchange or something like that, you know, you could just tell them. What I would do is I would open it up and I would put it in like some olive drab bag and just say like, I found this outside of the, hold on, let me get the app from the DOD. real quick.
Okay, but if you buy one for your kid, you have to buy one for your husband too.
Yeah, pretty much.
Otherwise, he's going to steal it from your kid, and then your kid's going to be sad.
Yeah, and then they're going to cry.
And then buy them a bunch of AA batteries.
Yeah, because you do need 4 AA batteries. It does not come with the 4 AA batteries. And yes, you can purchase this with more or less batteries. My suggestion, if you're getting 2, buy one with 3. The batteries are dirt cheap when you buy these. And if you go and buy them separate, I think the ones for that helicopter were like $25.
Oh, for the C129?
Yeah,
Extra?
which is crazy because to be honest with you, that's a cheap heli. And by the way, I gotta say, I am a scale aficionado, okay? So you can keep your DOD drones, spy drones.
But how are you
I just want to launch rockets.
How are you going to spy on somebody with that?
You won't. You can spy on this awesome helicopter though. I'm just gonna say, guys, bang for the buck. This one I would get. But if you're into this sort of thing, I don't want to disparage anybody that's into this sort of thing. If you've got, you know, like Wonderful Neighbors you want to watch, this would be it. I'm just kidding, guys. Don't do that. I just powered that off. You have to press it and hold the power button for a few seconds and then the light shut off. Okay. So in closing, if you're looking for a good gift idea, this would work well. Now also do not store this with the battery on, even though it's tempting because you've got a power switch here. You can actually shut your battery off, which sounds stupid, but yes, you can, because there is a control and charging circuit built into this unit, which means that when you buy a battery, you're not just getting a battery, you're getting a battery and a charger, and that might explain why they're a little bit more expensive. That being said, just keep in mind, they're way cheaper when you buy them with the heli.
Definitely.
Okay? All right, so hopefully we've answered 100% of your questions and then also given you a few bad ideas, because that's what we do best on Brian Phillips RC. If you don't like that and you like this better, then just look no further than our playlists on Brian Phillips RC, or you can go over to, the playlist on Brian Phillips RC on YouTube, or you can go to www.brianphillipsrc.com. That's our website. And you can check out by type, which is what you want to look at, or by the affiliate that we work with. This one's RC Going, and we will link to them. But you can also find that particular, or any of the planes that we reviewed, or
over
those.
there.
Exactly, and that would be in the type search. Okay, and so you see like a picture of me holding a helicopter, and you'll say, that's the one I want, and then you can click the video, you can confirm that it's the one you want, or you can click the buy it link, and then that's just like following one of our affiliate links where we get commissioned when you buy something. Now, at the end of the day, what do we not do on Brian Phillips RC? Since we told you what we do, we gotta tell you what we don't do. What we don't do is we say fastest, bestest, cheapest, bluest, greenest. We don't do that crap. There's a million other people on YouTube that are gonna say this is the best thing since sliced bread. What did we do? We ripped apart everything they said on the manual. We made fun of it, but then we showed what it did well, okay? Because that's what we do. Because we believe in this hobby. We believe it's so good and it bridges boundaries and borders and things like that, especially this one. And at the end of the day, we think it has so much more to offer to society, and we want to see it victorious. That is the RC hobby of flying little UAS drones or whatever they want to call them in the federal government. And if you don't want some bureaucrat in your life, this is perfect because it's only 79 grams, which means you don't need no stinking drone registry for it. Unless, of course, you're using it for commercial purposes, and then you probably do need to follow some stupid rule from some stupid bureaucrat that's probably never going to know any better. Just saying.
This would probably not be your first choice if you're starting your
aerial
photography.
Yeah, your aerial
business.
Drone, evil empire.
Not an evil empire.
Well, it could be.
You know, real estate empire.
That could be also. And
Maybe.
if your ad was filmed with this, you're probably not going to get that client's business. Just saying. But it is kind of cool, and you could definitely go up in the air, and you could definitely film in the wind. But I just want to warn you, it's supposed to handle 15 knot wind and 20 knot gusts. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go with no.
Yeah, agreed.
Even in speed setting 3, yeah,
Still not.
I'm not thinking so. But I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not gonna get my knot meter out for that.
Your knot meter?
My knot meter, the wind, the anemometer, the anemometer.
Still not right.
Yeah, the Anemometer. What is it?
Anemometer.
Anemometer. There you go. So also the other thing I didn't think about until just now is that this thing could hold your helicopter, which is kind of nice. That's one of the features they did not list on the box.
Hey, that'll be way better on our shelf.
Yeah, it's true. Actually,
not kidding.
It will be. It will be good. So guys, we have covered the highs, we have covered the lows, and that's what we do on Brian Phillips RC is we unbox these things where the Chinese make ridiculous claims and then we bring them back to planet Earth where we can make them useful to you, okay? Because anybody can claim that their product is the best thing since sliced bread on the internet. There's no rules, except for there are.
Pretty sure there are.
There are definitely rules. Except when you're in China, the rules in America do not really technically apply to you, except that they do.
So you can do whatever you want.
So they break them anyway. But we do love reviewing these products because sometimes there is a diamond in the rough. Just saying. Because I really like that one. And I like a lot of these. This thing actually is fun. It's good. We've done another one recently that had a brushed motor. So this thing is superior in terms of its performance. But there again, is it going to matter?
I don't remember what the app was like on that one.
The app was more crashy.
Yeah.
But it did work.
They usually are.
Yeah, that's right. They usually are. Now, I do also, one other thing too. Now that I have a flat-bladed screwdriver in my hand, I can show you how to release this. So you put your flat-bladed screwdriver in here and try not to stab yourself. And then you get in here from the side and you're probably going to have to practically break the tab, but then it releases, okay? So you can use that on the next
But if you're
go
putting your phone in there that's like 3 times the cost of the Heli itself, you probably don't want your phone to fall out.
Yeah, true that. So and if you crash it and destroy it in one day, you got a free chip clip. Okay?
Sweet.
All right, guys, that's all you get for tonight. We really appreciate you watching Brian Phillips RC. We do actually seriously take this seriously.
Even if it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, because we want the hobby to be success. And when we work with some of these affiliates that take care of you, we want to work with them more. And so RC Going has actually been quite good to work with. And I think you guys have been having a better experience there than some of the other competitive marketplaces.
Goods.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, I'm not going to
Services.
say any names because we still technically work with them. But we have been really impressed with them. We haven't heard any complaints, which is really good. And they still do a lot of the worldwide shipping stuff, which is nice. So like if you're in other countries than the United States of America, then you may want to follow the link to buy something like this or that or something like it.
And they do have more spare parts and stuff available.
Which
they
is
just
nice.
do RC stuff, so you're not sifting through.
Yeah, like leaf blowers
things.
and, you know, like
Well,
prawns.
that's not what I was thinking of, but
Those
other
things. Those things.
yeah, they don't have any of those things.
Well, what if you're trying to get something like that?
Well,
if you don't know what we're talking about, just use your imagination. But at this point, we are pretty much out of good things to say, and we're just going to be left with bad things. So we're going to leave it at that for now. Thanks, guys, for watching. We have so much more RC content coming. I can't even squeeze it in. So what we want you to do is, if you're going to support us, other than buying these amazing products when you see them, and by the way, we don't really care which one you buy. I mean, they do, but I don't. I just want you guys to get something that's good, okay? Jump in with both feet. If we tell you it's good, it's probably going to be good. That doesn't mean that there won't occasionally be somebody that has a problem, and that's why we want the affiliates to be good. Because if they're not good, then you're going to get screwed when you buy it, even if you saw it first on Brian Phillips RC or 3rd or 17th. It doesn't really matter which one you get. We just want you guys to get the right one for you. And that's why we don't recommend that you buy this F7F Hellcat with beautiful women on the side. Look at that. Wow. Reminds me of a few years ago.
Thanks.
You're welcome. But we don't recommend that for your beginner plane. You know why? Because you're going to be in misery and tears. Your wife is probably going to be pissed when you crash that $1,000 investment, because by the time you buy that, you buy the battery, you buy the charger, you buy the transmitters. Guys, I don't care if you fly full-scale planes. That doesn't mean you fly radio-controlled. If you buy an SR-71 and you crash it on the first day because it is kind of hard to fly, okay, we're trying to teach you what you can handle, and you can use me as your rule list of things not to do, like crashing into the ceiling or the wall, okay? Don't do that. You can avoid that by not flying in your living room, by the way. Fly in somebody else's living room. That's the way you do it. Or a gymnasium or outside. But don't do it outside when it's too windy.
Yeah.
That's why you come to Brian Phillips RC. We just want to help you make good decisions, and we can rule out some of the bad ones for you so that you have maximum success. Because at the end of the day, we want these little companies that go out on a limb and buy and build crazy stuff like this with, let's get right down to it. There is tons of technology packed into this for not very much money. And that is true, even though we make fun of some of the details in the marketing materials, which is true of every Chinese product. At the end of the day, it's pretty awesome, okay? And we want you guys to know that we're here to help protect you from bad choices, and we want to help protect you from not making awesome choices like this F7F, unless you're brand new to the hobby, okay? Or something like that. Because that's what we do on Brian Phillips RC, because we love this hobby too, and we want to see you guys succeed. We want to bring you guys up or help bring you alongside. And so if you're sitting on the sidelines right now, why are you sitting there? Get in the game. Put me in, coach. That's all I'm going to say.
They're listening to you, so you have to stop
That's
talking.
right. So what I'm going to say is, if you want to help support us, buy these things from the links in the video description below. If you can't find it there, go over to brianphillipsrc.com, and then you can sort by type, and you can find exactly, like if you like this green and white plane down here, that FMS Ranger 1800 millimeter, or that big giant carbon Z Cub from Horizon Hobby, the E-Flight brand. If you want that thing, all you have to do is just search by type, and you can find exactly what you're looking for. Watch the videos in the playlist. We have a link to the playlist, and you'll be able to see if you really do like it, or maybe, you know, hey, I thought I could handle that Yak, but that Yak 130 was like, looked like a handful. So maybe I shouldn't start there. Brian, what should I start with? And then ask that question. I'd be like, well, start with a Habu, or start with that Marlin over there. You know, it's like we get these same questions millions of times, and we have answered them hundreds of thousands of times. The other ones we didn't answer.
Sorry.
Because we can't get to 100% in the comments, but we do want to get you guys started in your own journey if you're brand new to the hobby. Or alternative, if you're returning to the hobby from a short hiatus of 20 years while your kids are growing up or something like this, or you had a career that was really demanding, and now you've got money burning a hole in your pocket, and you want to buy all these things that you couldn't buy 20 years ago because your kids were young and you were trying to feed them and stuff. You had a mortgage payment, you know, 2 car payments, 7 dogs, and 5 kids. Then we're here for you, because those kids are grown up and they should be taking care of themselves. But dang it, a few of them are still asking for money. But you can afford this thing. So check it out in the links of the video description below. And if that isn't going to meet your fancy, there are 4 other ways you can support us. YouTube members, thanks for being one of them, if you are. YouTube super thanks, one-time donations. YouTube, of course, will keep their lengthy cut, or excuse me, huge cut. And then there's also Patreon, which is monthly supporters, and they have a little bit of a direct line to me on comments because of the way the notifications are delivered. I get them more frequently, and I have less of them to deal with, so I can respond to them really easy. And then, of course, we have PayPal for one-time donations. But really, the best way to support Brian Phillips RC is watch the videos, smash the bell for notifications when you're subscribing, and then, of course, come back and watch the videos and watch the full duration as I blather about endless nonsense. Seriously. Those are literal ways you can help support our channel. But if you want to help support us financially, the best way is just buy the plane or the helicopter that you'd like. Not the one that you think I want you to have, the one that you want. And not the one that these guys want you to buy, or those guys want you to buy, or the other guys want you to buy. We want to help make a good fit for you. Because at the end of the day, our world's best audience on Brian Phillips RC is here because we want to serve you guys. And that's what we do, is we bring all these competitive products to you, and we try to bring it with an unbiased position, even though I am biased in what I like, and I'll tell you that. Because really, at the end of the day, if we aren't telling you guys the truth, what good are we anyway? So we tell these guys, we're going to tell you the truth, and I hope that you guys have figured that out by now. And it has occasionally caused some problems, and too bad for them. Good for you, though. All right, guys, that's all you got for tonight. Thanks for watching. So much more to come right around the corner from Brian Phillips RC.